What's going on, guys? MakerMods here, back at it again with another new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Keys Coffee Chip Ice Cream Tactile Switch. Before we get there though, I wanted to just give a huge thank you to every single one of you that's watching this video right now, because we have blown past 500 subscribers on YouTube, and that is insane to me, crazy. And I'm just so humbled. I'm so thankful. So basically I started a Discord server, and if you haven't seen it yet, feel free to check it out. The invite link will be in the description below. I'm trying to figure out what exactly the giveaway is going to entail, but we had some really cool ideas. If you want to be a part of that conversation, join the Discord for more info, and we'll talk about it over there. Now, going back to these new switches, there's a couple new things about these switches, and I wanted to spend some time talking about them before we get to the normal sound test and stuff like that. First, we have to address the elephant in the room. Who is Tecsee? Because there really is no information about them on the internet. I found Teksee's Instagram. I messaged him because I was like, who are you? They do have an AliExpress store, and here they're advertising some of their switches. Basically, from what I can gather, they have been in business for a while. Here, let's do this actually. Let's just message him saying, I run a small YouTube channel. So while this is stewing, I hope he responds or they respond. Let's talk about what else I was able to find. Like I said, they've got an AliExpress store, and their big new thing, which is the other new thing that I wanted to talk about, is the fact that they've invented this material PME. They've got a couple different switches, like this Kingfisher switch, as well as the Purple Panda, and now these Keys Coffee Chip Ice Creams. But on all of the ads, they talk about this proprietary housing material known as PME. What is PME? It promises to offer a smoother feel, and it has a pleasant sound. So those are both pretty cool things. I think we all would like smoother switches and a deeper thok, right? That's kind of what we chase. And so if their claims are true, I think that's going to be really cool. One thing that I did want to note though, and we'll talk about this more when we get to talking about PME specifically and the material, is that there are some issues, I guess, in the manufacturing process right now that are still being ironed out. So yeah, anyways, getting back to the matter at hand, let's talk about the specs. So here is the coffee chip tactile, and it's basically got a full PME housing, full PME top housing. It's got Tecsee, and it has a palm stem. The spring is a 68 gram spring, and it's got a PME bottom housing as well. Now, one thing that I had to mention about the PME housings and just the manufacturing process that may not have been super mature, at least at the time of the Kingfisher switch sale, is that there was some issues. If you look at this Mech Markets post, Keys was advertising the Kingfisher switch, which is also made of PME material, and a lot of these posts were basically saying there was a ton of excess material. At least 20 of them, I'm assuming out of 100 or so, had to have loose material clipped or shaved, especially at the top of the side rails and the sides of the side rails. Not a huge deal, but I figured I'd add some feedback. So one thing I thought was super cool is if you look at Keys now, they are addressing this issue, right? They're saying to accommodate the issue, we're offering 3 bonus switches with every 10 pack ordered. Essentially, you're getting 13 for the price of 10, or it works out to 43 cents a switch, which is really cool because they're standing behind their product. If we look at this material or at this switch, I'm trying to get as close as I can. Let me even get a flashlight, but I don't see any excess material in the bottoms or on the side rails, at least on this first switch. Okay, switch number 2. There does appear to be a little flake. Yeah, just tiny flakes on both sides. And actually, wait, if you see this, there's actually a bit of stringing. It's almost, as I've been getting into 3D printing, it's kind of almost like PETG. But for the most part, this material does seem to just kind of brush away. So 1 for 2 so far. I would say it wasn't too bad, but there is a slight issue with it. Okay, and I do see like a very slight kind of excess material. It looks kind of almost like crystalline, and I'm guessing that's due to the manufacturing process. I'm interested to see how that affects the smoothness, but I don't, shouldn't be that big of a deal. Another cool thing to note that I want to note is if you look at this rail, it's got inner guide rail almost. You can see that it's kind of like stepped, like a pyramid almost. But it's not like the stem has that extra indent, right? It looks like almost like a Mayan temple. And I wonder why that's there. It can't be to like help with wobble or anything like that, because then there would need to be a similar indent on the stem, which there isn't. On a side note, the wobble, it's okay. I mean, it's whatever. So let's recap real quick. It's a PME top and bottom housing, palm stem, 68 gram spring. I couldn't find a force diagram really anywhere. Hopefully though, this Tecsee guy gets back to me, maybe with a force diagram. If not for this switch, at least some of his other ones. And yeah, the more I'm looking into this, and as I'm recording this video, I'm getting really intrigued by this PME. Spoiler alert, I haven't tested the switches yet. I do this kind of in real time, and so I'm pretty excited. I guess future Ben will be able to tell you more, but yeah, I am super excited. I just wanted to note that if you buy any PME switches and you notice those flakes, don't be alarmed. According to Tecsee, it is what it is. It's part of the manufacturing process. You just have to kind of scrape it off. I mean, I only opened up 3 switches so far, and I'm 2 for 3, but the issues were pretty slight. I mean, to the point where I can kind of get it off with my finger. Now let's do the sound test. OG Holy Panda. Coffee chip. Polia. I guess we won't really be able to tell until they're in the board, but just to my ear, the bare switches didn't really sound much deeper. I might actually cut this review a little short, guys, just because I really want to wait and see what Tecsee says about their company and kind of that background material. I would really like to have that background info before I go deeper into reviewing these switches, just because I think the info is really nowhere on the internet, and I'm interested. I want to do a part 2 review after I get that info, and I'm going to be doing the full sound test in that. So I'm going to call it for now, guys. Once again, thank you so much for your continued support. I really could not do this without you. Feel free to check out the Discord, and there you'll get the first info on what the giveaway is going to be like. But I really just wanted to say thank you so much. I love you all. I'm MakerMods, and I'll see you all in part 2 of this video.